What's up, guys? Victor of HVAC here. Today we are going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be putting in an ice machine. It's an ice machine that I ordered online. It's not a Manitowoc. It's a Vevor or a Vevor. They've got pretty good reviews. I asked around, watched some product reviews, stuff like that. So went ahead and ordered it for the shop. The guys are tired of buying ice. My partner's guys, he runs an electrical company. He's got a handful of guys who are buying ice every morning. It's hot out, we need ice, so he had me order an ice machine online. So I'm gonna go and put it in today. This is a first for me. I've worked on them, worked on ice machines several times, so I got a good idea on how they operate, but I've never actually put one in. So this would be a first for me, and I'm gonna bring you guys with me. So let's do it. Okay guys, we are here. Kind of got everything moved out my way, unboxed it a little bit. I forgot my tripod at home, so got to kind of set up where it's going to be going, getting it planned out, getting it mapped out. I'll show it to you here in a second. Okay, so you see we got our air handler here, and we got a sink over here. Got my fan set up. It's hot in here. We've got a laundry sink here, so my plan, and hopefully, I'm hoping the ice bin sits up high enough that way I can drain it into that P-trap down there. And if it doesn't sit high enough, we're probably gonna have to get a condensate pump on this thing. But let me shut my fan off. Yeah, so this is the where the magic happens here, and the bin is over there. This thing was shipped in a crate, looked like it came from overseas. We're gonna reuse that crate. Hey baby, say hi. Hi. That's my helper for the day. Got a little young lady helping me out here. Best helper on the planet. Okay guys, we're gonna get these things unboxed. I know there's some feet that goes on the bottom of this bin here. And we're gonna get it set up here, so let's do it. Let's wing it, baby. I'm winging it because I've never done this before, but I am the master at winging stuff, so no biggie. Fool. And they ship this thing like crazy, huh? Yes, nice, right? Right. I know, that's what I was telling Will. Yeah, right? That'd be a perfect crate. Okay, so we got it all opened up. I'm gonna lift this box straight up like a condenser, I'm assuming. All right. There she is. Well, she's a beauty. She is a beauty. I say it's gonna hold plenty of ice. It even came with a scooper. Old pooper scooper. And look at that. There's a crack in my insulation. A little bit of foam tape put on there. Let's see what we got here. One stage filter, so that's our filter, I'm assuming, for our water, our incoming water. And I do know this is a pretty important step here. You don't want to just not put this in, because you get that calcium buildup or that scaling. I've worked on them where they were so bad that the the water pump was going out. It was to the point where they just needed to replace it, so that's what they did. But cool, it even comes with a little tool to change to open up the filter. Sweet. PP sediment filter, 5 micron. Nice. There's our mount for it. I'll figure all this out together, but there we go. There I can see matches up like so. Water coming in, water going out. I'm not going to do all this right now. I'm gonna get this bin set up in place. You see we're putting it right here. Even got a GFI sitting there calling its name, so works out perfect. Get this thing moved over. Pretty light. Pretty much pick this up. Yeah, I can pick this up by myself. Now I know I got to put feet on here. I'd assume so, anyways. I've never seen one just sit on the ground, so if that's the case, I'll be putting that pallet underneath it. But the feet must be. Oh yeah, there's another box. One more box in here. I'm assuming this has all the goodies. Get this thing opened up, see what we got in here. Okay. We got some hoses. Man, they give you the hoses and all. There's our feet. There is our feet. Looks like it might be adjustable, I don't know. It even came with some tape. So they hooked it up. All this down. Get my feet put on here, so I'm going to lean this thing to the side. There we go. Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
We're building these houses, and the engineer was talking about putting the air handler like up on the ceiling in the garage.
Yeah, hanging in the ceiling.
If it's your house,
I wouldn't do it. Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
on the floor, right?
Yeah. I mean, they do it now. The engineers, they love to do that to keep the space, to keep more space in the house or in the garage or whatever the case may be. Typically, it's the builder. You know what I mean? In my opinion, but that's the worst thing you can do is hang it in a garage.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just as bad as putting it in the attic, you know, because I mean, they're designed to lay on its side like that, but for serviceability, maintenances.
So it's just harder for a guy like you to come in there and work on it.
Oh yeah, they're gonna charge you double to work on it,
like,
because
get up on a ladder,
God forbid the coil starts leaking. I mean, you're talking about a $1,400 or $1,200 job turning into a $2,400
so any
job.
of our rentals, we want that air handler
On the ground. Yeah, on the ground. Yeah. The change out's gonna be easier, all that stuff. I mean, it's just a hassle to have them hanging. Yeah. This is my business partner. He's building houses. He kind of does a plethora of things. Got a bunch of rental properties. He's building homes, new homes, buying land. The guy's a smart guy. He's actually we're gonna be moving one of these days. He's gonna be starting to build warehouses, you know, like a 15 warehouse setup kind of thing. And that way he can start, you know, dipping in that pie and have a spot for all his businesses. He has multiple businesses. He is the business man when it comes to that stuff. So that's his strong suit. My strong suit is knowing everything about air conditioning, and even like his new homes, you know, he's going to be building new homes. I'm going to be putting AC in. So what I'm doing now, guys, I got the feet in here. You see it's wobbly. So my common sense tells me I need to either, and I'm looking at the drain, so the drain's in the back there, so leaning to the back wouldn't be too bad, but I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew this. It's gonna bring that foot down. I'm guessing it has to do with the way the concrete is. You know, we're in a warehouse, so the concrete's probably uneven. And that actually took care of the shaking there, so I'll grab my level. We are level from side to side. Now it's going to be hard to get one here because it's foam tape. They didn't necessarily either use a different foam tape or that's part of the shipping process. Yeah, I don't know, but lay it across that one there. I mean, looks like that's bunny, honey. So that's pretty even. So we're good to go with the bin. Pretty nice bin, good size. Okay, so we got the bin set up. I'll peel all the white stuff off of it at a later date. We're gonna go ahead and get this ice machine opened up. Okay, customer support, sweet. God forbid I gotta call them, but it's nice that they put this in here. Ice machine series, installation location, level adjustment, water supply purge, sanitation after installation. That might be the only one I have to read there, I don't know. Post installation inspection, cleaning, disinfecting. Yeah, so this is our guide here. So if I need to reference back to anything, I can, but I think we should be okay. If you guys see me do anything wrong, I know we might have some good refrigeration guys or installers or whatever on this channel that could, you know, pinpoint something if I'm doing it wrong. I mean, I don't know everything, guys. As you can tell, I'm winging this. This is my first ice machine installation, so I'm actually gonna give it a little bit of room back there to plug in. And I bet on that installation manual it tells you so many inches from the wall, and I can see there's a drain back there. So what I probably need to do is hook that drain up before I do anything. You know, that way I'm not moving the ice machine on and off of this thing. I can kind of have it prepped and then put the ice machine on. A little duck knife. Okay, so here's our ice machine here. Vevor, hope I'm saying that right. For first time, please upright stilly for 24 hours before powering on. Please clean water tank, office maker. Please clean condenser once every 3 months. Okay. See back here, we've got our filter. It just slides up. Not much of a filter, but I know these things, they do help. But that's probably why you got to clean the condenser every few months. We got our water outlet. Looks like we got some foam in there. So all our hoses that came with the ice bin, I'm assuming is going to be for our ice machine, because these are male fittings, and our hoses that came with the bin are all female fittings. So this booklet doesn't really give you too much, and I might be missing a booklet, I don't know, like an installation manual or something, but or maybe they figure whoever's putting this in knows what they're doing. So I'm gonna act like I know what I'm doing here. So first thing first, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get this drain line piped in, and for something like this, I know I'm gonna need some PVC. It looks like 3/4. I'll measure it, but it looks like 3/4 inch PVC. I should have some of that. If not, I'll go get some, but I didn't really come prepared, I guess. Okay, so it looks like we have two. They give you two drain lines here. One's in Chinese and one's in English, but they're both 3/4 inch. They both have a 90 on them, and they both have a dead end where there's no fitting there. So I'm assuming they just give you a short one and a long one. I'm not too sure, but we'll figure that out together. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and put this long one on there so I have room for what I'm doing. In the worst case scenario, I'll just cut it off shorter if I need to. We got a 3/4 inch male to male, and that's kind of loose, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some tape on it. That's residential, guys. Those 3/4 fittings are not loose. Do 1 wrap, 2 wrap, 3 wrap. Okay. And this does, I don't think this needs to be, they give you a crescent edge so you can use your crescent wrench, but I don't think that's necessary. It's pretty snug, pretty sealed, so I'm happy with that. Hand tight. I'm going to do it on this side too, just so I know we don't have any leaks. Last thing I want to do is flood this warehouse out. Kind of a downhill slope. I'm probably gonna be putting a condensate pump in, because I can see now that this isn't sitting up high enough. Even if I use the pallet or something, I guess I could always put bricks underneath it. That might be a good idea. Some bricks underneath there, get this thing elevated up so I can pipe the drain into the P-trap over there in that that sink. But we'll kind of wing it for now and make adjustments as we go. So I've got the drain line hose connected. And spin this puppy in place. Actually, I'm gonna leave it kind of out like this so I have room to work on things. And I think my partner's in there still, so I might have to ask for his help to lift this bin up. I could do it, but why do all that? We'll get some help. All right, so we got the ice machine sat on top of the bin. I've got the drain line put in, and we are ready to fire this thing up. So really I just got to unravel this plug it in. It should make ice. You thought I was serious. All right, so I see some foam here. This is our water outlet, so I guess it wouldn't matter too much, but I'm sure it would. Let's do a little quality control here. Our inlet, outlet, looks like we got a screen there. A button up here. So I'm gonna get this, the hoses hooked up here. So I know this is another dead end here. This looks like it hooks up to something, so I'd imagine I'd imagine. I could be wrong, but I know that this is for one of them. So I'm gonna get that figured out real quick. I don't want you guys to get a headache watching me try to figure out what goes where. God forbid I gotta get on the phone with tech support, but if I do, so be it. So what I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna mount the filter on the wall real quick. That way I get a good idea of what's going on. And these come with fittings with an O-ring gasket on the end of it. Go ahead and get those puppies put on.
New medicine's been in my butthole.
You see what I have to deal with up here at the office?
Oh shit! No.
I'll cut it out. No, I'm just messing with you.
Whatever.
Oh man, we don't sugarcoat around here. So yeah. So I think I might have connected one of the inlets or outlets to the drain line, which if I did, I can just take that off. But I'm gonna get this here mounted up to the wall here. And I don't know if I should do it down low or what I should do here, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so we've got, this is coming from our filter here and going onto the machine. So I know this is our inlet because we're filtering the inlet water source, and I need to get some tape. I don't want to not tape stuff because I don't want to have leaks. One, two, three. Okay, so our water inlet here, I'm getting that put on. I'll give you nice little hand fasteners. I'll try to be up and down, that way it's out of the way and not blocking the condenser coil. Stick this here for now, get that out the way. Okay, so we've got that hooked up. Now I'm going to mount, now I can see where I can mount my my filter. We've got a GFI here for our plug. So I really don't want to mess anything up here, but I'm thinking this will make it here. This is our water in, so I'm going to put it on our water out. And yeah, I'm going to put tape on that as well. Some pipe tape. There we go, that way we can have access to it. I'm going to mount it to the wall. Like so. So let me get my drill and we'll get this thing mounted to the wall. So I think it's necessary for me to go ahead and rough this thing in before I start mounting things, just because I'm not familiar with this process here. But I'll go ahead and rough this in. I'll get this threaded on here like so. This is going to be going to our water source. And then we've got one more hose going to be going to our outlet. And I think I got these mixed up here. Actually, I'm pretty sure I did. I've got the outlet hooked up to the drain line, which I can correct really quickly. Okay. Get some tape on that. Pipe tape on there. Okay, so that's our outlet. I'm gonna leave it kind of loose here so I have wiggle room. We got our inlet hooked up. As you can see, it's coming from the filter. Looks like they gave us plenty of hose to make it to where I need to go. Our drain line should be plenty down there. We put a condensate pump in to pump the water out. And then our water outlet, I'm gonna have to figure out, you know, what I'm gonna do. I'll probably pipe that right to the condensate pump as well. Okay guys, so I'm to a point now where I've got it set up the way it needs to be, but I'm just kind of going over what, you know, what would be best. And I think what would be best, instead of putting a condensate pump in and having to wire it into the controls or brake power or something like that, I don't want to have to rely on a condensate pump. I've never seen one actually installed with a condensate pump. They normally have a floor drain. So I'm trying to find something I can put underneath this this bin. Really ideally like 4 center blocks, 1 for each leg. That's gonna get it up high enough so that I can just drain into the P-trap of that sink and call it a day there. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm probably gonna get some center blocks, get a fitting for this drain, or for this water source to tee off of, or just eliminate the sink. I don't know how they feel about that. It looks like they use it. I don't ever use it. We got a sink in the bathroom, but I'll ask them first what their thoughts on it is. And then I'm gonna come back and get this thing the way it should be. Okay y'all, so we are on the way to pick up some center blocks. I'm gonna put center blocks underneath the feet, or I may just take the feet off and put the center blocks upright and sit them like that. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go stop by the hardware store and see if I can find a some kind of you know, 2-way bib, some kind of adapter or something I can put on that water inlet of that sink and use that for our water inlet to the ice machine. Okay guys, so we're back. I've got all the fittings and all that good stuff that I need to extend my drain over to the sink. My new supply, shark bite that I bought to go in the 1/2-inch pipe stubbed out the wall, so I can supply the sink again and supply the ice maker. As you can see, we've got it up on blocks. It's on center blocks. Kind of centered the legs on the blocks here. And really I did this so I didn't have to put in a condensate pump or anything like that for the drain. I wanted a natural drain into the sink. I left a little bit of space back there so it can breathe, and I can clean that condenser cool every 3 months or so. So yeah, I mean, we got the stuff we need now, so I'm gonna get to it and we are gonna do it. I'd imagine it's gonna be around back somewhere. Oh, there it is. Pretty sure this is it here. So our water shut off. Hopefully we don't need a special tool. Something? No. Okay, so it's just a handle here. Let's see which way we spin it. Spin it to the right, and there we go. The water is shut off. We go inside, run the sink, get the open that up there. Looks like we are off. and ready to rock. Okay, so I got the old pipe pulled off that supplied the sink. Now I've got this new shark bite, 1/2-inch shark bite, and I'm gonna stud it right onto that 1/2-inch pipe there. There we go. Push it on there. Pretty good, nice and snug. Ought to do the trick. Alright. Got the new supply line here. And I'm just going to connect this to the shark bite I just put on. And the other side, this is a universal supply line, so it came with all kind of fittings. Well, this is the fitting that I need here. So there we have that. That's going to connect to our fitting here. Right underneath the sink, tap into our water supply. Okay, so we got the supply line hooked up. Now I've got to put a new line going from the shark bite fitting supply up to the sink, because the old one was a shark bite, kind of a one piece that fed the sink. So I'm going to do that and we'll get back to it. Okay, so we got the new shark bite in there. Got a supply line going up, feeding our sink. Supply line coming over, and it's feeding the ice machine. So I still got to mount that, get that filter kind of leveled up and mounted, secured. But for now, I'm going to, I got a T, a barb fitting, and I'm going to barb these two drains into a T, and then run the drain. Run this here. This pipe, I'm going to cut both ends off of it and run it over to the P trap over there. Okay, so I know poop rolls downhill, and so does water. So I need to make sure I've got a little pitch on here as far as this drain goes. So I'm going to kind of plan out. I'm going to put a hole in this PVC right here somewhere and let it just drain into that P trap. And thought about doing it before the trap, which I might just go ahead and pop it here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll pop it before the trap, and I'm gonna put a hole in it the same size diameter as this tubing, so that way I don't have to put a fitting there or caulk it in or whatever the case may be. So I'll go ahead and do that, get the hole stubbed out. Okay, so I got the hole stubbed out pretty tight for that pipe to kind of just stick right in there. I went above the trap here, so that way we're not gushing out, we're not fighting, you know, water. So I'm gonna cut this back the length I want it to be, stub that out, turn the water on, purge this thing up, and fire this puppy up. Definitely want some, it's a little bit of play here, so when I go to work on this thing, I'm able to pull it away from the wall without having to undo everything. Maybe undo a couple zip ties. Come back with some kind of strapping there, some hose clamps. But for the most part, we got this thing piped in. Put some zip ties from the sink, holding it up for now. Maybe we'll get some straps, strap it on the wall, secure it up. This thing's ready to rock, so I'm gonna go ahead and make sure everything's tightened up. All my fittings tightened up. I'm gonna mount this to the wall here, so that's secure. Make sure everything's tight. We got to purge. The system. Make sure we got some water so we don't burn things up. Plug her in. Go over the manual real quick as far as the settings on this thing. I know I can set the ice thickness and all that good stuff. Already got the GFI ready to rock. Right behind it. A little quality control. Make sure everything's nice and tight, nice and snug. Drain line. Yeah. Go ahead and open that up. We gotta get the paper off of here. And there's down in there's a little stub in the middle. I'll line this up, push it on there. Make sure it's on there. Then I got to do the same with this top side. There's a nub there. Nice and get it nice and snug. I'm gonna go turn the water on, check for leaks, make sure I don't have any leaks. I don't hear no water gushing. It's a good thing. I'd imagine in a plumber's world. First thing I want to make sure that yes, I got the supply off here. So we can turn that puppy on. Turn the water on. Want to make sure we're not leaking anything. Where I stubbed that drain in at, I need to tie this up so it's kind of leveled. And plug her in. She's plugged in. Should be powered up. Guess I need to hit the power button. Okay, so she is purging. And we have to figure out, so water. The water pump stopped. It's saying it's hot. I know that because we just fired it up. Looks like we got a timer going. I need to get the booklet out real quick and read it and see what we got going on. Okay, so we got the fan motor rolling, compressor's running. Nothing's leaking, looking pretty good. In the meantime, I'm gonna strap things up. And yeah, I mean, I can start pulling all this packaging stuff they got going on. And to put the sink back together, I was going to tap into the sink for the drain. So I just got to put the drain back together and put the cover back on the sink, and should be good to go. Yeah, so in the manual it came with, it pretty much tells you after the ice maker is powered on, the ice maker automatically enters an ice making preparation work. Preparation process includes water pump start, hot valve open, which I've seen that happen. Compressor start, compressor is starting, fan start, fan is running, and yeah, so under normal circumstances, after preparation work is finished, the ice maker starts automatic ice making. No need to do any more operation until the ice machine stops making ice. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let it do its thing, get everything buttoned up, and yeah, we'll probably let it make its ice, dump that batch out, or just tell the guys, you know, hey, don't drink the ice or anything like that till it makes a few cycles, and be rocking and rolling. So here you got it, the Vevor, whatever you want to call it. All we know is that it makes ice, so I'm gonna call it the ice machine. Well, that's got a nice finish to it. And plug her back in. Looks like everything's okay. Nothing's leaking. Got the drain pipe back in. Go ahead and put the cover back on this thing. Okay, so it looks like we're about to drop our first batch of ice. It sure did drop some ice. Got some pretty good looking ice too. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. That was pretty quick, guys. I think that wasn't that long. I didn't time it or anything like that, and I really didn't pay attention to the display here. Display is pretty nice. It's all touchscreen. You know, you can change things around. Tells you what's running. The water was just running. The compressor's running. The pump's running. The fan's running. Pressure, ice flips. Yeah, so this thing's it's pretty neat machine. Sounds pretty good. Compressor's pretty quiet. Once again, we have no leaks or anything like that. Condenser on the back, of course. Got the drain coming out, going underneath the sink. Water supply. Pretty basic job. This is pretty easy. I do these things all day long. Of course, I had an outlet there already. I'm gonna mount that filter, and I'm gonna hit the road, Jack. I'll come check on it on Monday and see how it's doing. So mission accomplished. Wasn't too bad. Really, the hardest part about it was getting all the right fittings and supply lines, stuff like that. I mean, pretty self-explanatory. If I had the chance, I'd put those things in all day long. I mean, it was pretty easy, especially that machine there. You fired it up. I mean, I did read the manual and I went through the process and stuff like that, but it was pretty it did everything by itself. So yeah, appreciate you guys watching. If you see me do anything wrong, I know there's some refrigeration guys probably watching this. Please comment down below. You know, help a brother out. You know what I mean? That's what this is all about. So if you see me do anything wrong, I mean, I watched it drain, I watched it make ice. Everything went pretty flawlessly. You know, I watched it drop thing of ice 3 times. So I watched it drain down the drain. I turned the sink on. You know, I know it was kind of janky, me just stubbing the drain into the sink, but I used a unibit, and it was the perfect size, so it's not leaking or anything like that. Yeah, strap everything up. So like I said, appreciate you guys watching. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Hit that like button, please. It helps me out, and I'll be working on some more videos here. I'll be posting those as well, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video, and we will see you guys soon. Peace.